On the end of this plant, I bet there's something bizarre like a...
carrot.
Carrot? You call that a carrot? It's not even worth peeling. Completely useless.
I have to say, I was expecting something more bizarre. Something a little more out of the ordinary.
What's normal about this? A very healthy plant producing a tiny vegetable. I'll be the laughingstock of any competition, let alone the East of England show. These used to be the biggest vegetables around.
I just was expecting something more. How do you think this happened?
I know how it happened. Annie and her trash street gang and their do-gooder ways. Annie found out that compostable waste was being sent to landfill because it was too heavily contaminated to compost. She didn't like that idea, so her and her trash street gang pretended to take the waste to landfill but brought it here instead. They tried to remove the waste themselves, but it was too big of a job, and now my entire farm is covered in contaminated compost and it's destroying my crops. Here, have a look at this stuff that I keep finding in my soil. You see, Rex, how could they hope to remove all this stuff? The big bits of contamination are removed at the plant. That's the easiest part. But all the small bits are left behind, and it's contaminating my soil and my crops. Oh, how could she do this to me?
I don't think Annie was trying to get headlines out of this. Have you read the article?
No, I got a call this morning from some local farmers and friends telling me my farm was going to be exposed on the day of the East of England show. Oh, it was a warning. How could she do this to me?
Yeah, but that's just it. It's not an expose. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, Rex Green.
Mr. Green, if you have any intention of seeing Annie again, I suggest you make your way to the Organic Waste Recycling Centre.
Look, who is this? What do you mean, Annie?
My Annie?
Yeah, it seems she's been kidnapped and taken to the organic waste disposal plant. Do you know where that is?
Come on, we haven't got a moment to waste.
We entered the recycling plant through force. Time was running out. The pieces just didn't seem to quite fit. Jonas's crops weren't mutants, they were just dwarf vegetables. What about the bigger picture? The Colonel's freak vegetable crops? And more importantly, who was behind it all? Jonas stood guard outside, but I feared for his safety as I wandered the vast facility looking for the final clue. Who had called me here? What did they want with Annie? A loudspeaker clicked on. I stopped dead in my tracks. The hairs on the back of my neck stood on end when I heard an all too familiar voice say my name.
Mr. Green, on time again? How kind of you to join us here for our final meeting. Children, play nicely. I asked Mr. Green along today.
What's it all about, Colonel? Annie!
There we are, Mr. Green. A little light.
Thanks. Maybe you could shed a little light on why you got me to solve a crime that you yourself committed.
Mr. Green, I thought better of you, I really did. You haven't managed to piece together a single clue, have you? Not even when Annie here gave you the biggest clue of all.
You could probably tell me why I've got a great big lump on the back of my head.
Yes. Sorry about that. I don't normally like to use force, but sometimes, well, it's necessary. I needed you in the right place at the right time. I couldn't have you see me outside that dressing room.
So you set me up. You don't work for a special task force at all, do you?
Indeed I do, Mr. Green. Well, I did. You see, I used to work for RRRR. They didn't like my methods. I was too hot for them. You see, they like the friendly approach. But that's not my style. So I started my own gang, much like the Trash Street Kids. But we took on the real task of changing people's ways by any means necessary.
So what do you need me?
I needed you to get to Annie, to get the research files and the password. You see, Annie and I, we go way back. She has the same concerns about waste as I do. She took a different route. investigative journalism. She likes to get to the truth of the matter. But I'm not interested in the truth. I'm interested in change. So that's why I needed the password. So I could get into that computer and change that story for my own. So the headlines tomorrow will read that homeowners are creating mutant garbage plants. And when that hits the nationals and goes global, people will think twice before they throw anything away. I'm sorry, Rex. You were a casualty in all this, but I needed you to see for yourself the damage that contaminating organic waste does. You see, Rex, it's not the sabotage of a neighboring county. It's the homeowners of Hertfordshire. The men, women, children that put used nappies in the organic waste. That puts a plastic bag full of moldy salad into the kitchen caddy. People need to be shocked into change. They need to believe that the land is going to be covered in rubbish. The truth. People can't handle the truth.
You got it wrong, Colonel. You got it so wrong. You can't change people by bullying and blackmailing them. You can't change people by doing everything for them as well. The people of Hertfordshire are intelligent people. They just need the right information to know what to do. That's where the power is. Not you and your band of do-gooders. Not RRRR. And why don't you say we let Annie go?
What? So she can go and destroy all of my good work by telling the truth? No, people won't help unless they are threatened.
Colonel, this isn't what we started. We're here to help people, not make things worse for them. You've known the answers all along, so you could have helped my father save his farm. Didn't you hear a word Rex just said? He's right. We've been going at this the wrong way.
Don't turn your back on the world, Annie. Show some courage.
Courage! I've never known a girl with more courage. The last of an award-winning breed.
Rex, do you remember the first thing I said to you on that phone call hours ago? Your country needs you. Those words have never been truer than they are today. We stand on the edge of disaster, and unless we change, the beauty of this world will die, covered in contamination. Like nappies, cartons, shredded plastic, plastic bags, and greeting cards. Will you help?
I'll try, Colonel. I'll try. Colonel? Colonel? Colonel!
I'm sorry, I'm fine. Yes, those were some ferocious tatties. really pack a punch. This is embarrassing. I'll just go home.
What about the article with the voice? The chaos you caused?
Good point. Well, there's still time until it goes to print. What do you say, Annie? Have you got one last story in you?
I'm sure I can work something out.
What about the East of England show?
I'm afraid it's too late for that now, Rex. We'll have to concentrate our efforts on next year. I think I'll go home and do some composting. Yes, home composting.
Yeah, probably a better approach.
Thanks, Rex. I I've got a story to write.
That's my girl. And Rex, thank you for saving my daughter, for getting to the bottom of this problem. Thank you.
A case to end all cases. All of my case-solving days, anyway. I was true to my word with the Colonel. I became a private investigator that investigates waste management and tackles education of the people. We cleaned up the organic waste by educating the residents about the types of items that should and shouldn't go into their organic waste bins. And I took it on my shoulders to ensure we were doing all we could to make a change. You see, when you've got the power to make a difference, it's a crime to waste it. And Rex Green never had time for crooks.